Well, that is a big question. Of course, there's a set period, isn't there, where the players have got to self-isolate. So it remains to be seen when that finishes, and then how fit the players are. You know, because if you self-isolate and not doing too much work or whatever, then we'll see. But tonight certainly belongs to.
It does. But the result belongs to Liverpool. Let's get some instant reaction now. Des Kelly is
tonight, didn't he?
Yeah, they've done well. They're a good set of lads, honest, worked hard for each other, quality. And yeah, they put a shift in. We expected that. We didn't want to take it for granted. And you know, definitely first half, you know, getting the goal, we had to keep playing. So you know, we got the result in the end. But I think it's not an ideal situation for either team. So
ruthless start. You got off to a great start. 83% possession in that first half as well, but didn't carve out their chances.
You know, we had situations. When you're saying chances, we're getting into areas but not getting the right final ball, the right run. So, you know, that's been the story of the last few games as well. So it's good for us to work on that, and we need to keep improving. And, you know, there's never fault the effort of us, but at times things aren't quite coming off us at the moment. And we need to keep working hard, and you saw the attitude of the boys are pushing hard to put things right.
What was said at half-time? Was it a message of patience, or was it a little rocket?
No, yeah, I think obviously we need to do some things better. You know, I think we started pretty well with the counter press and press on the ball, but then maybe didn't get it right, especially for the goal. Let them out of a couple of situations in the corner where they shouldn't have got out, and just that half yard. And you know, they're good players. They're at Aston Villa for a reason. So even you know, every single time you're not quite there, you're going to get punished, and they did. They took the goal, and we had to lift ourselves again. And they tired, of course, young legs, but the forward outside weren't even born when you made your pro debut, so there's a big gap. I thought you'd like that. yeah, and seeing MD on the side, and he was saying he can't believe I'm still going when I played with him. So yeah, no, I mean, one of the lads I think said they haven't played for 2 months, so like I say, it wasn't ideal for either team. Nobody wants this, but it's where we're at this moment, unfortunately.
right, really. That's a shirt that he can frame and put up at home.
And Fabinho gave him his shirt in the end, so he got 2 for the price of 1. So yeah, I mean, it's a nice little moment.
Yeah,
and do you know what? It often happens just so in you know, everyone's getting shirts and you think, oh, that's a souvenir for the future, and you actually forget what you've done in that match. And as he says, as the coach says, that's your debut shirt. You got to, that's even more important than anything. That'll be up on your wall forever.
Very nice. Look, for Liverpool, this was all about coming here and getting the result. Sometimes, like we sort of expected a lot of goals because this is the academy from Aston Villa taking on Liverpool's first team. Can that sometimes be a little bit more difficult than you would imagine?
It can. I mean, I suppose if Aston Villa had came out to attack, and they certainly did in the first half, but in the second half they were so tired they were just happy to sit back there, and that almost means that it's much more difficult to prise them open. But that was the first goal. That was when we really thought the floodgates were going to open. And then this is the second. And I like Liverpool. I think this is when Liverpool are at their best. Too often in recent games they're playing aimless crosses from out wide for my liking. And when they just nip plays, you look at the team, you look at Liverpool's team, you've got the likes of Minamino today, you've got Salah, you've got Mane, you've got small players, Shaqiri came on. These little neat play, you know, crossing's fine, but crossing from certain areas, not just aimless balls. And I think we saw a couple of great little moves from Liverpool in and around, especially when Thiago came on. That was a great finish by Mane. You know that the ball's almost too high over your head, so you've got to go for a loopy one. But this is my favourite goal. This fella just makes me want to watch football 24 hours a day. The way he looks around, the way he gives it the eyes, there's nobody in the Premier League, nobody that plays like him. He is playing a different type of game than everyone else. His disguise on passes is unbelievable, and of course Mo Salah's finish right in the corner. You expect nothing less from him. And really it was a case of fitness in the end, told, didn't it? Yeah, fitness. I mean, they'll all be fit lads, but Liverpool made them run. In that first half, the score may have been 1-1, but if you look at the running stats, Villa would have chased that ball. They would have done double the amount of running. Well, 83% possession, it tells you. Exactly. They chase and chase and chase, and you just can't do that. You can keep up with good players through physical output for a certain period of time, but cue the 50 minutes, an hour, you see Aston Villa players. You called it. You said cramp after an hour would be everywhere, and we saw. And then they started going. I mean, we've all been there. We've all been there, and there's no, you know, it's absolutely fine. It happens to everyone, but of course they're playing against top players, and they're always going to tire. And look, you work with a lot of young players. What do you look for from
the Villa performance this evening? What do you look for in a player of this kind of age to see whether they've got what it takes to step up to the first team?
Well, temperament, playing well on a big stage. I don't think there's any coincidence when certain players, the goal scorer, for example, you know, we're told before the game, got a nice profile, scores goals, very hard working, aggressive type of player. All of a sudden, you get a chance and boom, you score. Now, is that coincidence? I think not. I think that's great composure. Most people could bottle it in this situation, but Louis Barry didn't. I mean, he does everything right. He cuts across his man, he gives his defender a problem, then opens his body out, slots it in exactly. It was the perfect finish. Everything about this goal was absolutely textbook stuff. That's the area normally that the goalkeeper would leave a bigger gap than the rest of the goal. You give it a little bit of curl. I mean, and as I say, a lot of people will panic in that situation. It's your first time in this huge stadium against a great team, but he didn't. So that would be a big tick in the box for me.
And we hate the fact there's no fans here, but I wonder whether that would have just helped slightly. If this place was full, he gets the ball at that moment and there's a roar, it's slightly different, isn't it?
Imagine it. And it would have been an even bigger occasion for these players. I mean, you would have seen all the players going down with cramp probably 10 minutes earlier than they did, because it's that emotional energy that you expand as well.
Well, what a night for Aston Villa and those young players. What a night for Louis Barry. Let's hear from him. He's with Des.
Louis, the night ended in defeat, but what an effort and what a moment for you. One that you'll never forget that, will you?
Nah. Obviously, came from Rowie, passing the ball back through, and I knew that I had it as soon as I seen it, like come out for me, and obviously put the ball in the back of the net, and it's the proudest I've ever been of myself, and obviously family probably screaming at TV when I hit the back of the net. And yeah, I've never been so proud of my life. It happened all so quick, and yeah, I just say I was just happy to score, and yeah, hopefully many more.
Very emotional. I didn't know whether you were laughing or crying, probably both at the same time.
Yeah, yeah, like obviously I was working really hard before, and so was everyone else, and when I celebrated, just everything came out of me and for the celebration, because of like relief kind of. So yeah, it was good.
Quite right too, and the whole team did themselves great credit, didn't they?
Yeah, 100%. I've never been so proud of a team before. From start to finish, we gave our all. When I scored, I thought we might even have a chance here. Obviously, that didn't turn out to be, but we credit to ourselves and a credit to the club.
That's mainly because of the physicality. I mean, obviously Liverpool, a fantastic side, great experience, but also you get tired at this level.
Yeah. I was cramping up a bit towards the end, but I feel like that's just how you got to get used to it, really. So with age comes more physicality and mentality as well. So yeah, it's just a really good experience for all of us.
Well, you've had a few experiences already. You had a stint at Barcelona for 6 months, so it's worth coming back for, wasn't it?
Yeah. Good experience over there, but got to come to the club that I've loved my whole life, and my dad been crazy for Villa his whole life, so proud moment.
Did you nearly swap that shirt there?
Yeah, nearly. But I remembered that it was my debut shirt. I got the shirt, credit to Fabinho, I got the shirt as well, so yeah, got both of them.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, a couple of memories, and you've got some fantastic souvenirs, and congratulations on the interview. You're going to be doing a lot more of these, I guess.
Hopefully.
All the best, Louis.
Thank you. Cheers.
Oh, what a smile. That's my favourite moment of the night. Evening dad as well. He was only born 6 miles away from here, Louis Barry. Villa family, Villa fan. That's nice, isn't it?
It takes you back, doesn't it? It takes you back.
But
to
it takes you back, not me.
That innocence of youth. I mean, most of the time you'll be sad doing the interview at the end. When you get beat 4-1 in the future, you'll be gutted. You couldn't keep a smile off his face, and how unbelievable. That's the beauty of football. You know, youngsters coming in, having a chance to play against a team like Liverpool, scoring a goal. I mean, he will never ever forget it.
And I loved what you said to Des. You said, I knew as soon as I'd seen it, I was going to have that. That's a nice mentality from him, isn't it?
It is, and from a goal scorer's point of view, it's repetition. It's getting into these situations and knowing what you're going to do. He didn't even have to think. It's all instinct as a centre forward. As soon as he got the ball, cut across your man. That takes him out the game. Now it's finished. Right, where's the angle? Where's the space? Curl it nice. Open your body out. Curl it nice. It's almost like it just goes clockwork. You've done it loads of times before. Repetition. Now, there's certain finishes that are instinct. You've got to get into a certain position and understand where the ball's going to drop, and you're working on probability. But that was almost something that he's done loads of times in the park as a kid. Cut across, open your ball. It's just, and it was just great to see that he can do it as well on the big stage.